Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Remm from reWiLD, startup of wildlife mapping and planning based in Estonia, and we have a background of the University of Tartu. Already almost 100 years ago, in the beginning of the car era, Aldo Leopold, a great American naturalist, emphasized the strong impact of roads on wildlife and nature. Yet today, the road network is still expanding. In Europe, more than 500,000 serious road accidents happen every year, causing property damage and human victims. At the same time, there are more than 1,000 species of animals threatened by the roads. In road planning and environmental assessment, we have to deal with a series of problems with wild animals. Yes, these extra level passages, over and underpasses, are a solution for the accidents and for population fragmentation. However, these are very expensive structures and needs very precise base information for functioning as intended and being cost effective. Unfortunately, nowadays typical nature study takes too long time for nowadays infrastructure planning project. So we are facing the question how to find the wildlife crossing solutions with a reasonable time and effort. And we have to consider that very often species have complex habitat use. The populations have also higher higher structures in larger spatial scales that are also very important. And finally, the solutions must serve several species in the same place at the same time. As an answer, we can use multi-level modeling of wildlife distributions, combining the information of species habitat use with placement of landscape features at different spatial scales. We get estimation of site representativeness for several species all along a planned road. And this is very important input for the final selection of passage sites and particular implementations. We have operated in Estonia for 10 years, and during this we have analyzed and planned more than 400 kilometers of roads and railways. Here you see an example of a main road planning project. You see the three main large mammal species have different habitat use. The roe deer occupies rather semi-open habitats, while the wild boar and moose use rather different forests. And combining this information, we got two narrow sites that are suitable for all of the three species, the best sites for the wildlife passages. Using the same principle, we analyzed the planned high-speed railway for wildlife passages that is basically 200-kilometer cut through the habitats. And this work resulted two alternative scenarios. First, 37 over and under passes that makes on average one passage per 5.8 kilometers of the railway. And the second, even better, is 77 fences in these areas, in the remote areas that are the most important for the wild animals. Today, this railway is still on the drawing board, and the last plan is actually a combination of these two alternatives. In our experience, using this multi-level wildlife distribution mapping road wildlife project have been completed 2 to 4 times faster than the usual practice. And at the same time, we have used up to 10 times more base information for the final suggestions. The same approach have been used also for planning the network of protected areas and for planning cane population management. Well, today we are looking at good opportunities for collaboration in Europe. Thank you. I'm Remm from reWiLD from Estonia.